Hi there, and good morning to Tea Tuesday. I'd like to thank Kathy of Kathy's Favorite Things and Life with Patti for hosting this. This is an open collaboration. You can have hot tea, you can have cold tea, you can have informal tea, or just plain tea. Now, a lot of folks are doing different beverages now, not just tea. And while you're doing Tea Tuesday, make sure you hashtag lowercase hashtag Tea Tuesday Ladies. And I'll put it down in the description box below. That way we can check everybody's out and say hi and say welcome Tea Tuesday. Not everybody drinks tea, like I said, and you can take a beverage of your choice. And you can just chit chat, or you can craft, you can do whatever you want with tea. Now, I had to go out and get a pickup Walmart order, so I stopped at Mickey D's and got a half and half sweet, half unsweetened tea. I love tea. Not sponsored by them. I just stopped and bought it. And I said, why not do Tea Tuesday when I get home? I just picked up my groceries and I realized that there's a lot of things that have gone up and a lot of things haven't. We like the maple sausages that come frozen, and it's the Walmart brand. We used to pay $6 something and now they're almost $9. That's a significant raise. I mean, that's a hike and a half. That was about the only thing that I really saw that went up drastically. So yeah. So I got some groceries to put away. Not a whole lot, because I take my dad today shopping later. And we'll see what he's going to pick up. And I'm sure I'll pick up something. What was it? Oh, lettuce at Save-A-Lot. I stopped at Save-A-Lot. They wanted $3.50 for just iceberg lettuce. $3.50. I couldn't hardly believe it. That's terrible. Okay, enough about that. I did my little rant about the groceries. But hey, we got to eat. It's almost time, springtime. If you look out, I got a little bit of snow left. I'm going to start going in my greenhouse. You'll probably see some videos on preparing springtime, what you need to do for your gardens, plants, and all that. But right now, we're going to read Don't Be Silly, Mr. Twiddle. Now, I wonder how much trouble he's going to get into. You know, Mr. Twiddle. He can't hear. We ought to pitch in and buy him a hearing aid. That's what we ought to do. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Mr. Twiddle and the toothpaste. Oh, toothpaste? Mr. Twiddle cleaned his teeth very well night and morning. Well, that's a good thing. He had a blue toothbrush and Mrs. Twiddle had a yellow one. Mr. Twiddle liked toothpaste in a tube and Mrs. Twiddle liked it in a tin, so they wouldn't possibly make a mistake each other's brushes or toothpaste when they cleaned their teeth. Now, one night, Mr. Twiddle found that he had squeezed every scrape of the toothpaste out of his tube. So he called to his wife from the bathroom, "My love, will you get me some more toothpaste tomorrow? Mine's finished." "I don't see why you can't remember to get it yourself," said Mrs. Twiddle. "You pass the chemist each morning when you fetch the paper." "Well, I'll get it then," said Twiddle. "You'll never remember," said Mrs. Twiddle. "I know you. Twiddle, if you had to get your own toothpaste, you'd never have any clean. You would never," this doesn't make sense. Somebody made an error. "You would never have any clean your teeth with the rest for your life." That's how they put it. I'm reading how it is. So somebody made an error, but that's okay. We all make errors. "What an untruthful thing to say," said Twiddle, feeling quite cross, especially as he knew he was very likely true. He did have a very bad memory, and most untruthfully and ridiculous thing to say. I shall buy some tomorrow. Oops, I got 2 pages. But he didn't buy any. He passed the chemist on the way to fetch the paper, but he didn't think about toothpaste. Although one side of the window was filled with nothing but different kinds of toothpaste. So that night he took up the empty tube and squeezed it. Brother, he thought, I didn't get any toothpaste. Well, I shan't say a word. He didn't, but Mrs. Twiddle did. Oh, I'm sure she did. I hope your new toothpaste is all right, she called shyly, knowing perfectly well that Twiddle hadn't bought any. I'm going to buy some tomorrow, said Twiddle in a rather high, mighty voice. He went to get his paper as usual the next day, and when he came to the chemist, he stopped. Now, what was I going to buy here, he wondered. What was it I was going to buy? A razor blade? A bottle of cough mixture? Some black currant lozenges? He went in and bought all of them, thinking that one of them must be right. Mrs. Twiddle smiled to herself when she saw what he had bought. You've decided not to clean your teeth with toothpaste after all, she said in a polite sort of way. I see you have been to the chemist and bought quite a lot of things, but not toothpaste. Twiddle felt so angry with himself that he nearly boxed his own ears. He went very red, and Mrs. Twiddle laughed. I'll buy some for you myself this afternoon, she said. So she did, because she had a very good memory and hardly ever forgot to do what she said she would. She came in at tea time with her shopping in a basket. She went to put on the kettle, and she unpacked her shopping. There's your toothpaste, she said, picking up a long tube, and here are some buns for tea. And here's a new pair of brown laces for you. And please put them back into your brown shoes, but not your black ones. And here's some glue to mend your broken teapot spout. And here's a new book from the library. And I remembered to get you soap you like. Thank you, my love, said Twiddle, wishing he had a good memory as his wife had. Now, do you take the things that belong to you and put them away, said Mrs. Twiddle. But of course. Twiddle didn't. He left the laces and everything else on the side table, and Mrs. Twiddle felt quite impatient when she saw them there. Now, you'll forget where you put the laces in the toothpaste, she thought. Well, well, I shan't put the laces in his shoes for him, and I shan't take his toothpaste upstairs. He really must learn to do a little things for himself. So when Twiddle came to do his teeth again that night, once more he found all he had on the shelf was an empty tube, quite squeezed out. Now let me think, he said to himself. Just let me think. I have got some toothpaste now. Mrs. Twiddle got it for me. It isn't here, so it still must be downstairs on the little table. I'll go and get it before she asks me if I've cleaned my teeth. So Mr. Twiddle crept downstairs in the dark, went to the little table in the kitchen and groped about the toothpaste tube. So he went upstairs again, very quietly, holding a tube in his hand. He didn't know he had a tube of glue instead of the tube of paste. Oh, Mr. Twiddle! He had quite forgotten that Mrs. Twiddle had bought him some glue to mend the old teapot for her. Twiddle, are you cleaning your teeth properly tonight? Called Mrs. Twiddle from the bedroom. Yes, dear, of course, answered Twiddle, taking off the top of the tube and the glue, squeezing the glue onto the toothbrush. Funny color, he thought, when he saw it, not the same as usual. And what a nasty, fishy smell. I wished I had gone to buy the toothpaste myself. Mrs. Twiddle hadn't bought that kind I usually have. He began to rub his teeth with it. Oh, what a dreadful taste. Twiddle couldn't bear it. He tried to open his teeth to rinse his mouth with water, but at his amazement and horror, he couldn't get his teeth apart. No wonder, because the glue was sticking fast together. Twiddle, aren't you coming to bed? Called Mrs. Twiddle impatiently. Ah, goo, 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 said Twiddle, trying to say, just coming. His lips seemed to be sticking together now, too. Whatever could be the matter? What did you say, Twiddle? Called Mrs. Twiddle, astonished. Answered Twiddle, feeling really alarmed now. Twiddle, speak up. Don't mumble like that, said Mrs. Twiddle sharply. Said Twiddle, and looked at himself in the mirror in fright. There he is, looking in the mirror in fright. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Whoops. We are going to stop it right here, so we're not going too far. So this is a good cliffhanger for you. What's going to happen to Mr. Twiddle and his teeth? Well, I hope you liked the story. Stay tuned for next week. I'm loving my half and half sweet tea. Hope you have a wonderful day. Check out the other ladies. Check out in the description if you'd like to join us. #Tea Tuesday Wednesday. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.